All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's 10 o'clock, and we've got UMass versus UCLA. But joining me, this could be your boy Crackshot back at it again. Back at it again, right?
Back
This
at
is
it
Zach.
again on that 10 p.m. grind. Here I am.
I'm always here. You can't. You're not
Yeah,
allowed
I
to
know.
complain.
I didn't honestly. I know I'm stupid, but I think I just realized now that on Mondays I'm supposed to do both just by default, and we're like 3 weeks in. I think that I'm just realizing
Oh,
this now.
yeah. Oh, well, way to chime in. But guys, it's UMass versus UCLA, and Zach, let's take it away by talking about UCLA first. Well, like
UC,
figure out the
yeah,
server.
UCLA is they're 6-3 overall. They're 4-2 fall, 2-1 in the spring so far. Solid school. They're kind of one of those on the cusp schools that definitely isn't quite top 10 material, but they're a scary school to scrim against. They have wins against schools like VCU. They've beat UC Irvine, which is like a huge win for them. That was a bit of a weird game for that one too. It happened, I believe that was a 16-14 if I remember correctly. And so, I mean, UCLA were like one of those teams that's on the come up right now, and I'd be worried if I was playing against them.
Definitely. And the player to watch here for UCLA.
Player to watch for UCLA.
Well,
Honestly,
actually, I recognize the names already. On
yeah,
Chansey,
I
Jen
think I
Scott.
think I remember Ant
Everyone
being
but
very
Gosu.
good.
I don't really. Okay, let's be honest here. I haven't seen Gosu shine. If maybe I'm wrong, but I recognize all those names on UCLA.
Yeah, I mean, Ant, Scott Sterling. Those are two names that I definitely recognize. But Ani Chan, another. I mean, I recognize a lot of these names. I can't pick out any single one to watch. Maybe I don't really think any of these guys are necessarily like star players in their lineup per se, but I think Celerity is kind of a little ahead of the pack for his squad.
Yeah, over on the UMass side, let's talk about them. How have they been doing?
They're doing all right. I mean, they had an 8-2 season so far, so I mean, better than UCLA in a sense. They had a 5-1 fall. They had 3-1 spring so far. Their wins aren't quite against as strong schools. I would say they, to be honest, haven't really had a win against like a top 10 school or even maybe a top 20 school from the looks of things. Um, they lost to Boston, which is kind of expected. They did lose to VCU, so their two losses were kind of expected, and they haven't really had too many solid tests yet. So they're one of those teams that has a great record, but hasn't really been tested, to be honest.
And they got their second loss in the spring. Who was that by?
Their second loss in the spring
Like
to
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah,
Yeah.
Minnesota. So I mean, yeah, it's. Oh, I was looking at the wrong team. What am I doing?
Yeah. All
Okay,
good.
no, I am looking at the right team.
Yes,
They did
you
lose to
are.
VCU. Okay, now I'm just confusing myself. It's late, guys. I'm usually sleeping by now, like for real. I
But
know it's only 10 p.m.
for UMass, who are we watching? Who's gonna pop off?
UMass probably, if I remember correctly, Oni-chan is probably. I mean, Pancake also played well last time I remember.
Hmm.
I thought I heard the name Gosu before, but I didn't. I don't really haven't really seen it in action. I remember Oni-chan being kind of that zany off the wall player in the last game that we watched from UMass, I believe.
That is true, and I'm just gonna
Maybe not the
check
best
here.
player in the lineup, but if you're looking at a player to watch just for fun per se, like a Go TV pick, James Bardolph style, I
Hmm.
mean, I'd pick Oni-chan.
All right, and hello, connect, and I am in the server.
It seems as though I am as well. 9 out of 10 ready.
Yep, and wait for these guys to already up, but so both schools, UMass looking at a nice 8-2 score line with 2 losses, and UCLA 6-3. Yeah, they're climbing up, but we'll see how this game turns out. Oh, oops.
Here, it looks like we're about to get into the knife round.
Oh
Now,
yes.
by default, it does look as though UMass does have the. I think I mixed up my players to watch for both teams. Now looking at the lineups, the names were flipped for me when I was looking at their rosters.
Oh,
Yeah, I did get him backwards, but by default, it does look like UMass does have the advantage in this
No,
next
no, no.
round.
You
They
got them
have.
right. You got them right.
Did
You
I?
get celerity for UMass and UCLA. You know, I talked about Onichen, CGen, and
Oni-chan.
Scott Sterling. It's Scott Sterling for me to watch
Yeah,
out
I
for.
mean, he's kind of the solid fragging presence in the team. So, like I said, I'm picking Oni-chan just because I think Oni-chan's an exciting player to watch the way that they play. I think last time we saw these guys play was on this map, if I'm not mistaken. I do think I remember seeing Scott Sterling, Pancake,
Yes, that's
Oni-chan.
right.
I think yeah, they
It,
did
it,
play
it was
on.
on
I think
train.
we covered a fall game on train with them, and it was a fun one. So, I mean, I don't really think either of these teams necessarily has an advantage over the other because, like I said, UCLA maybe tested a little more and has definitely a couple of huge wins under their belt so far this season, but UMass with the better record so far.
Yes, indeed. So UCLA will start on the CT side. It's Onichen, CGen, Crazy Pancake, and that's obviously Gosu, Su, and Scott Sterling. And on the T side, it's gonna be Azam, Amped, Snizzy, Big Rick, and Celerity. I remember Celerity quite well. Very huge fragging power on the Celerity player there.
Yeah, I do think I've heard Gosu's name tossed around a little bit so far in this half of the season, so maybe not a player for UCLA last half if I don't remember maybe, but there's somebody who's obviously turning up their game right now.
Alright, Audi-chan. Not sure if he spotted the hand, but it's gonna be a 5-stack on UMass towards the B site. And Audi-chan actually walks back lane besides running halfway out of reach of the sound cue. It's gonna be interesting here. Both these UCLA players towards the back. And the smoke's gonna give it away. Smoke off towards the Z connector and starting it off. Sterling does a little bit of damage in, but he's down and he finds a last bullet headshot onto Celerity, the carry for UMass.
Celerity going down early is not the player you want falling, but the bomb going to go down nonetheless. And Ampt has made his way into upper. Does have a molly to work with, but Oni-chan going to shut down one in the meantime. Azam only able to find one. Scott Sterling finds one. Crazy Pancake, and now Big Rick going to be left all alone. Did he not pick up the Molotov? He did not find it yet. Does find it. The bomb is being stuck. He misses the Molotov. And Scott Sterling going to clean him up. That was you hate to see it. I mean,
I think if everyone understands a B plant, getting that upper control is so huge. They can't molly it out.
To be able to hold it afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so huge. But UCLA,
if you're retaking pistol, yeah,
they find,
I would even dedicate 2 guys to it if you have the manpower.
Yeah, and that USP, right? That I wouldn't say accidental headshots. It's just like it's one bullet needed for USPs to get headshots. Celerity was the first guy out towards upper, and he paid the price, I guess. But typical setup here for UCLA. The anchored player is going to be Scott Sterling towards the B site with a rifle, and towards the outside is going to be 4 members of UCLA. Now, that's 1 and 2 going down to CGen. Followed by assist with Oni-chan, and Oni-chan in Sandwich is going to pick up 1 kill. Drops his UMP for some reason. But Azam all by himself. Clean kills. A lot of SMG kills. Actually, 2 rifle kills. 3 SMG kills. So, nice start for UCLA.
Yeah. A great start, actually. I really like what they're doing on the outer. They really held that down well. I mean, CGen kind of got caught a little overextended there, but made up for it with a really nice spray. I think I'm mixing up CGen with a guy called C-Dub.
Conover.
I mixed them both up with Cody Dixon, C. Dixon.
Oh.
There's so many C blanks in this game.
Yeah. I guess so. AKs across the board as the bomb was planted towards the pistol round, and out comes 2 UMass players. And can they capitalize? They're smoked off in lane, and oh my god, they're boosted up. This is so smart from them. Ant gets a kill, but he gets traded off right away. Goes to Oni-chan chime in as Oni-chan picks up another kill. And Azam and Snizzy fight towards the camera. Snizzy's gonna lose that, and they both actually lose as Azam only picks up another kill. A nice play, but there were so many forward CTs there that it obviously got cleaned up real quick.
Yeah, you can't do an A hit and have all 5 guys dedicate yourselves to a sandwich, which is kind of what UMass did. I mean, the name Sandwich has it's named that for a reason, and they literally got sandwiched in because of Oni-chan's flank there off of the box, and he's going to be rewarded with a cleanup 2K there with the UMP. He's going to stay on the MP9 and just continue to farm here. But that's why I said he's kind of the player to watch. He plays these zany off the wall positions.
Even I've studied this as well. If you got CT players with SMGs, guys, it's an obvious read. Not really obvious, but what do they benefit from? Very aggressive close angles, and this is what we're seeing here from Oni-chan from ladder. He gets a free kill, followed by actually 2 free kills. And if you can read the meta in the round, the mid play, knowing okay, oh, CT's got SMGs, they should be aggressive. But you saw UMass run out with AKs, playing in the smoke, getting punished.
Yeah.
No, that's the mistake that they're bearing here.
They should have played slow and tried to use their advantage on the distance. Like you said, it was a really great mid-round call there on the execute to go for the boost over that smoke and get that kill. It caught player off guard, but they dedicated so many resources to it. They weren't able to capitalize as the bomb is going to go down. So a win in the book for UMass. Oni-chan going to stand in the Molotov so they can get that kill.
I like his avatar. Oh, I like both their avatars, Scott Stilling and Oni-chan. They're such memers, actually. I remember these guys very well. I yelled Oni-chan really loud on mic, and I will never do it again.
Why? Why did you yell it?
I don't think you understand. He made a huge play, that's why.
Oh.
Someone's like memeing the crap out of me, so I was like, okay, alright, no more hype for Oni-chan.
I mean, the community, like, you gotta understand, if you're going to be on the internet, you have to be ready to get memed.
Indeed,
Anything
indeed.
you do can be turned into a meme.
My
Anything
name's a
anybody
meme.
does, really.
First name true, last name lie. Let's go. Alright. I'm actually not lying, guys. My full name is True Lie.
Yeah, when I had to convince my mom to let me go to Montreal with a guy named True Lie, who she'd never met before.
That was years ago.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna go again this weekend. But gun round and
yeah.
play, guys. And CJ's in the right spot as 2-3 players slightly blinded. But CJ, it doesn't matter. Celerity and Big Rick go down. Oni-chan picks one up from the back. CJ actually gets straight off. It's Dizzy to find another. But Oni-chan with the op, followed by Crazy Pancake. And now a nice 5-0 scoreline for UCLA.
Yeah, they're doing really well to just collapse on the bomb site. They're kind of allowing UMass to go out wherever they want to start and then not really opening themselves up to kills. And then all at once, you see all of their players start to really collapse on those players and start to call them out one by one. And you see UCLA just winning the one-on-one gunfight straight up.
Yes, indeed. And they've been trying to bubble towards the outside, but Oni-chan, the aggressive op play towards upper, is going to bear fruit. Now, 2 players towards Ivy, Snizzy and Zamp, followed by Crazy Pancake on the other side. Now, he's held this down. Will he be able to fight this double? But no, doesn't he get to shoot off his gun? Crazy Pancake goes down for free. And Gosu spots an arm, I believe, and this execute Celerity wants to make his way out with the bomb towards outer.
Oh, this is a nice pinch actually coming in here. Gosu going to be live in Sandwich is going to find one in the meantime, and now Oni-chan looking to make that op saying once more. He will do so as Sinzi goes down. Celerity sticking the plant, getting that money. Needs to find a frag here on camera. Going to go down to Scott Sterling, and now Zam up in heaven. Let's pull off a magic trick of his own to try to clutch this one out.
If they don't check this, I had a feeling for some reason no one's gonna check that. Oh god. This is doable. Needs to reload. Just, you know, have that crouch. Oh my god, this is... Oh! I was gonna say, after Scott Sterling with that, I thought it was winnable. But Oni-chan with the quick play, gonna switch to his pistol. And after finding a 3K as well.
Yeah, that was some outstanding play there coming out from... well, actually, there's nothing outstanding about it. Really, I mean, Oni-chan should have been dead like 100 times there, and UCLA just unable to find that kill. As you said, he kind of went unchecked for long enough, and... Or, I mean, upper was unchecked long enough, but then Oni-chan just hits that last shot. And it's so lucky that that happens. If Oni-chan has to go up the ladder to kill that player, like, not gonna ever happen.
Yeah, and comes down to split-second decisions. Look at this, C-Jet. Free kill. Zamp does tickle him a bit, but They want to attack towards, I guess, the outside of that play, but Camp goes down nice and early.
Celerity now in upper with two of his teammates. Big Rick going to be lurking elsewhere, maybe causing a presence toward Ivy. Can't see through the smoke and is now starting to walk off of the angle. This is not good to be lurking this late in the round after you give an advantage. This is something I'm trying to drill into my team's heads right now. Once you lose the advantage, your default should be ending unless there's a player immediately trying to sell some kind of fake or gain that advantage back.
Oh, Ani-chan, they're gonna try and come out. He's gonna spot this out right away, but he finds a dropping player, and he finds the upper player with the bomb. Now Scott Sterling should be aware of this, but he checks to the right, and it's a nice swing onto Zam. And all the way by himself is Big Rick.
This is what I meant.
Yep.
Not that they would have won this round anyway, but like it's not pretty to see this happening. You know that default, as soon as you lose that opening pick, that default's got to end.
Seeing a little bit of
BM?
No, not even that, like some amateur mistakes from UMass. Now we're 7-0 scoreline. Nico should be 8-0 unless a miracle is pulled off or mistakes for UCLA. We do see these things happen. It could definitely happen. Ani-chan sitting on a nice fat 14.8k. Ball top. Out they come towards the outside, sorry. CJ on bomb train. Nate is gonna follow up. Off from Ani-chan's gonna find one. And he's gonna get action taken out right away. Rifle bears fruit, finds two. CJ. I think he's found a 2k almost every round, but Zam able to take a one down. Down to 6 HP, holding onto the ladder, but the fire is gonna touch that butt. Now 8-0.
Yeah, this is territory where I'm surprised we haven't seen UMass take a timeout, because you have 3 players that have 1 frag currently. You guys got to get your heads into it at this point. And Celerity, Amped, those are 2 of the big name players for UMass. Like they're the 2 carries essentially in this lineup from what I can see. And it's not good when those kind of players are managing such little ADR or such little impact in the rounds. Oh. That should be it. I mean, he's tickled to the point where he can't repeat this and they can just stick. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things going on right now for UCLA and a lot of not so good things going on for UMass. They're dedicating themselves to sites. It seems like their grouping is okay. They're just not getting those entries. Ani-chan's allowed to be 17-2 at this point. And like you can't let that happen. There's just one player going off against you with that AWP. Ani-chan's moving the op between sites, hitting the first shot almost every single round. Stop opening yourself up to that at some point.
Indeed. Now a bye round. 9-0 for the Bruins. UMass, they're struggling right now. Where will it work for them?
They're gonna have to make it work somewhere because at some point this game becomes too far gone. It's almost heartbreaking to see teams lose this much early because if you even try to start making a comeback, that mountain becomes taller and taller every single round.
Aggressive peek. Ani-chan able to find 1 kill, looking for the second and misses it, but that player's lit up. That's gonna be 2 kills as CJ finds 2 as well. As he struggles to find the last player, but Gosu is there in 10-0.
Yep.
Do you see my message in Discord?
Yeah. Did I? Hold on one second.
Before this game started? Don't say it though.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's kind of what I was alluding to as I mentioned the you know, I don't want to say it now. I can't say it now, but sort of what I was saying last round.
Yeah.
Easter egg for whoever can figure it out.
Oh my god, Amped mowing down. Mr. Ronnie Chan with that aggressive play with the op. Now the op is denied. Now this could potentially be a round for UMass. A very interesting mistake though. Yeah, a second player to fall for UCLA. Too aggressive for their own good.
Yeah, this is about as close as they've been to winning a round so far. And now with another kill here from Big Rick, they're poised to take this. Scott Sterling and Ghost are going to need to stand tall against this execute. They're being pitched from both sides, and smart play for them to both take towards ladder side, knowing where these players might be. Ghost finds another. Scott Sterling finds one as well. And Scott Sterling unable to find the final kill as Zam and Celerity are going to solidify UMass's first round. They are on the board. And I mean, at this point, this is where you kind of start the comeback. You've already kind of conceded double digits, but is it too far gone? I mean, they're going to be on CT side later, but how important it's going to be pistol? These are things that have to be in their minds already.
Yeah, the UMass needs to continue what they're doing. They're not giving up, it looks like. There's no sign of being demoralized. They're playing fast. The Snizzy out towards lane. Here he goes. He's out. Nice headshot as Ochan finds one of his teammates, but he gets straight up. And look at this. The trade-outs are in favor of UCLA, but Celerity turns this around. This is time for him to shine. It needs to be now, but no. UCLA will close it 11-1 now. And that reset, little too OP.
Cold, hard reset. Oh, that's tough. That's hard to look at. Look at their money. It's so bad.
Yeah, that is pretty
Now
gross.
they're like forcing into it, pots and pans. Like UMass is, they're it's almost over and out at this point. Like doesn't really
only
matter
pots
what.
and pans. It's like plastic, styrofoam plates.
It's like those broken Ziploc containers you should have thrown out a long time ago.
Exactly. And Snizzy fast like a raptor. He spawns one second. These are huge. Oh my god. Snizzy has to reload. He actually goes back. And now he's back to the fight. Oh my god, Snizzy could turn this around. He's found a 3K. Spawns the last player. Is this gonna be a 4K? This is, oh my god. This reminds me of Automatic with the Deagle.
I can't believe you've done this.
On the T side. I forgot who it was against. But he got an ace with the Deagle.
Yeah, he just ran. I mean, he almost ran the same path too. I'm pretty sure he went.
Yeah,
out
almost
off.
the same path. Yeah, Snizzy. Snizzy almost did the same path.
Somebody's been doing their research and doing their homework on how to play with the Deagle there, because that misstep from UCLA could allow UMass back into this half and something they should have no business being. And I'm only doing so much damage early. Yosu finding a pair of kills. Big Rick able to reply, but CJ gonna burn him alive as well. No Cindy. A pair. He went big last round and now needs to go big once again as Zam and Tizzy in a 2v1. Scott Sterling blinded up on the bomb train.
The 1v2 situation. Snizzy's done a hell of a lot of work, but he needs to actually, sorry, Zam's gonna find it from a wide angle after that molly smoke. You hate to see it, but it does happen. I hate the molly smoke so much. People like off against it. Like
I don't understand how some people, it seems like it doesn't even come down to which game you have. It seems like it's a monitor to monitor thing with whether you can see through it. Because I have friends who are like, "What, you didn't see him?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I can't see anything." Yeah.
I mean, what
I don't
res
know
do
if
you
it's
play?
a difference in settings, but I play 1024. Yeah, I know. I had a really bad computer back in the day, and I can't get used to 1080.
Yeah, I'm playing 960. What? Look at this crazy pancake trying to do the same. Oh my god, hello! Head on applied directly to the forehead as Celerity gets taken out from the round. And another one. Big Rick and Snizzy left this pair after 3 of their teammates died almost instantaneously in this first few seconds of this round.
Everything's like basically gone to crap here. This is not the kind of Counter-Strike that we were seeing early on in the game. This is UCLA. It was absolutely dominating, and then they kind of made a couple of missteps here late in the half. Maybe a sense of complacency developed. Big Rick only finding one crazy pancake.
He gets away with another kill now. Snizzy, this would be huge if he found this last round, but no. Ghostu's gonna shut that down, and a 12-3 scoreline is what you see, ladies and gents. And UCLA Now, on the harder side, which is the T side,
You do hate to see it though. I mean, their UCLA is so close though. That's the thing, and this is what I was saying about Train, even other maps as well. If you can see double-digit rounds in the first half, I don't care how T-sided, CT-sided a map is. You can see double digits. It's so hard to come back from that, and every round after double digits bears more weight because of how important pistol becomes now. You have way less room to work with before UCLA can take this one. And whether or not UMass brings on the greatest CT half of all time, UCLA already might be so far ahead that it won't matter.
and look at the scoreboard too. Ant not doing too hot. Followed by Celerity, the apparent carry. But maybe this is not his map. Maybe this is a weakness here for UMass. And we start on the favored side. And look at this. 5 UCLA players looking to make their way down. It's actually fun to see this. But Snizzy, followed by Big Rick, and oh my god, it is a slaughter! The bomb's gonna drop as well. Scott Sling trying to chime back in. You can't hit the head here as Big Rick. No, not like this! And the last bullet will do it, but Ant will just pre-fire into that side, and my god, you don't usually see that happen.
I don't know whoever made the call for UMass to
Is that pistol strat? Yeah.
ladder.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's almost I'd never almost never see that. I mean, I've seen people do it before, but it's just so uncommon.
Especially with the UCLA strat too, right?
Yeah,
it's a hard counter. Essentially,
it's a hard counter. I don't know if somebody did their research in this one, but like that's a nice counter strat coming out. You have to give them credit.
Very interesting. Upgraded pistols now for UCLA as UMass sitting on 3 Clarions and 2 MP9s.
Stop it.
One way. Pretty good. Does a lot of damage, but Ant takes some damage back. He's gonna be joined by Azam. Now Azam with an MP9, honestly, I would not fight on top of Oil Train with an MP9. Dear God.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, to me, it seems like this is such a distance angle, and there's 2 deagles for them to work with here, trying to head out B. I'll let Zam do his thing. Anthony's actually gonna catch the feet of C-Gen, and that might clue in this.
Oh, come on! No, he runs away just in time.
That could be it, though. That could be enough information for them, although it does look like UCLA is second-guessing this B hit now. Unfortunately, with pistols, you can see the situation happening. They have 17 and 20 HP on 2 of the players, and they have almost no map control gain.
Oh, look at this, though. Snizzy about to be in for a surprise. Hello, off angles, and that's 2 kills. And maybe a 3rd, but the bombs can make its way out. Gosu gonna find a kill onto Celerity, and Scott Sterling gonna find one with the deagle as well. We gotta deal with Snizzy, but Snizzy should be able to clean that up, and that is a quick 4K for that man. What money does he have? So 4850. He's been farming up.
Yeah, I mean, that ladder drop's a good idea. I've seen lots of teams do it. I've even seen your team set up to do it a few times.
Yep.
But you almost never do it off the ladder. So like.
Oh no! You don't. No. You stick like glue to that thing. You don't want to.
Because if he went off the ladder, his teammate went on top of his head, and the guy had to swing so far away from the ladder that the teammate kind of missed and didn't really land on top. It wasn't steady taking that shot, which is the whole point of it.
Yeah. This crazy aggressive play from both sides. How my what? Crazy pancake. How are you getting these kills? Just shooting. Pressing mouse 1, that accidental headshot towards the upper player. And now...
Wait, they dropped 3 players already?
Yeah,
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, the aggressive play from UMass is gonna hurt them here. What? If they can turn this around, it'd be huge. Big Rick with that rifle needs to put in work. And the scout spots one up, does get the tag down. And he's gonna get the headshot to follow up. And oh my god, Celerity has turned this round single-handedly, and Crazy Pancake, the information play, he spots 1 player, and he knows what the second one is. Oh no, not enough damage from that MP9, and Big Rick will get the defuse with that defuse kit.
Oh my gosh, that was way too close for comfort for UMass there.
Yeah, Crazy Pancake though, that, like I said, he shouldn't have been getting those kills at all.
That was a huge round for him too.
Actually, both those kills through the smoke.
That would have been the ace if he won that too. It would have been just like a PT50 ace, basically.
Yeah.
He just would have invested a PT50. So that's like honestly, that's doesn't really bode well for UMass. They were able to farm up a lot of money with those SMGs, but that's almost going to be completely canceled out on a almost non-investment from UCLA with by getting that plant and doing all that damage. You see here, both teams spending all of the money into this round, and with for as far as UMass goes, like you can't afford to lose this. You don't have the rounds to work with.
Yep, and looks like UCLA gonna set up for some Ivy control. But Big Rick lurking on the other side of the double stack. The reason why I call it double stack is like 2 stack boxes equivalent. But hello, Crazy Pancake. I bet myself. Crazy Pancake turns and Big Rick's gonna find 2 kills towards Ivy. And now UCLA back to the basics. 3 players with almost full utility. Oh my god, who is that? I thought that player was stuck in Olaf, and that was actually C-Gen who avoided death from that fire. I thought that was closer.
2 players making their way up lane. They're actually pinching this player inside, but they're going to meet up with 1 first. That's going to be Cindy. Finds 1 and 2. That's both players in B site falling. Now the bomb making its way towards the site. There's a player named C-Gen here. He'll be the last remaining UCLA Bruin trying to get into this B site, but they're just full stacking this. They just know he's going here. Oh,
Oh, and it's a shot to the knee. I love seeing those. Hop shot to the knee. But 12-7, and somehow this is actually clawing its way back to. I mean, the gap's getting smaller. It's definitely better from a 12-3 half.
yeah,
But
definitely an improvement for UMass here. They're standing tall and they're winning necessary rounds. And now they're rewarded with another eco coming here out from UCLA. UMass poised here to go on to 8 rounds. That puts the deficit only at about 4 rounds. So they've almost climbed the mountain. Still a long way to go.
Yep, and this double op still going strong here. UMass, oh my goodness, and to stay alive, and he's gonna get denied. Bomb does get spotted, but there's 3 attacking players towards T-Con. This is a little interesting. The Celerity picks up 1. Scott, with the only rifle picked up, is gonna lose it towards the B site now. Not exactly what I would like to see. I feel like they would have gotten an easier bomb plant if Scott waited.
Yeah, they could. I mean, it's just a bit mistiming going on. Train is a bit of a rough map because you have to get your timing near perfect if you want to go for these fast plays towards B and get that bomb down, try to get some damage. They do have a rifle to work with, but it may cost Crazy Pancake his life trying to get towards it. He's going to pick it up, and the operative Sam will shut him down. That's going to be 12-8 now for UCLA. And if I was UCLA, you know, this might be tack timeout territory. As I said, as UMass should have been maybe taking one in the first half.
Yeah, that's 5 straight rounds. We're into another gun round, the second gun round here for both teams. Or essentially UCLA, sorry.
Yeah. They're going to go 5 AKs. Interesting decision, as I believe there were enough players there. They did have enough money to get an op to maybe neutralize Celerity or Zim here. This is one of those maps. I don't know if this is going to be lucrative for them to do. What a double peek.
I hate those deaths, but like it's so interesting to see as an observer, commentator rather. Double peek has worked. And now towards the outside, these guys struggling to gain control, but the inside though, 3 attacking players at UCLA. They actually get some kills. A Crazy Pancake to find a Zam, followed by oh my god. Ashley was gonna hold ult for that, but Celerity goes down to a grenade. And this is not looking good. Amp should actually tap out now, realizing the situation he's in. What? Towards lane, doesn't spot the player to the left. 4x3, a little too OP.
Oh,
It's Scott
so close.
completely bait his teammate. Is that what just happened? Did that just happen? Scott was out. I'm pretty sure he was out and staring at the player. I wish I had a rewind button.
I've been told that your UI is really small.
What?
I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's like an insult, like, yo, your UI is small.
What's that supposed to be?
I don't know. I didn't even know you could change the size of your UI in this game.
You can. You guys mean my HUD? That's the correct term.
Either way, Shinzi, look at Shinzi here. He's gonna be on the CZ, and we have Celerity on a scout. So, you saw how important that every single round can be now for UMass, and with UCLA getting onto 13 rounds and having, you know, that op basically picked up for free. Oh, that's a nice tag there, though. The scout of Celerity being put to work early, and CGen gonna be less worse for wear as a result.
For B and amp the spot player out. 2 players potentially.
They have done a little damage here to start for Amherst. But it looks like UCLA kind of favoring this late B hit. They've had success with this before, so sticking to what works. They're going to check close for Amped, and they're going to find him. Scott Sterling and Ani Chan getting opening picks early, turning this round right around on its head. And Cindy tries to find one more, but running out of ammo. Is he going to survive? He just barely will.
Oh my god, this season. This is why I hate it so much. But Ani Chan's going to shut that down. 2 players to make that just Celerity by himself with just the scout. These guys thought he'd hit that shot, but nope. Ani Chan's gonna find the dome to deny that. 14 to 8. And UMass on an eco. This is scary.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna have to win a nearly full eco here if they want to bring this back, and at this point they're committed to the long haul, which is good to see. That's really good ethics from a team. CGen gonna take down Amp, trying to get in position early, and I mean, this round's already over, but I mean, they're committed to trying to play for the tie, which similarly is the more structured way of playing it rather than going for 2 force buys in this situation.
Look at this. Stack 4 players of UMass. Oh, who is that? That was Ghost who spotted that out, but Scott Sterling continues to take more souls in his amp in the smoke like Batman, and the back of Ghost is gonna find that kill. So 15-8, match points been sealed. UMass now on a bye. They're not exactly the utility that they'll want, so come down to the trades to keep them alive.
Sure will. I mean, they have no op to work with. They have no Molotovs, no frag grenades, and no kits. This is already not looking good for them because of the amount of utility that UCLA has. They can go for a late B take, knowing that they're not going to be Molotoved out of those lucrative positions, like right here beside where Celerity is and on bomb plant spot. I mean, they're going to just, UCLA going to play this very passive and carefully and make sure that they don't give anything up for free, because they know that UMass is going to have to do something aggressive. They're going to have to try to neutralize that disparity in utility by making something happen.
Oh my god. The words you said, make something happen, is a huge meme for my previous CSL co-caster, Jumpman, Mr. Jump.
Jumpman? Sounds like a good guy just from his name.
He's nice. UMass start out with the pick on the Holly Chan. Those who actually pick someone up, but Snizzy just in time to live with 19 HP to win that frag. And now 3 players. Oh my god, make that 2. Zam finds a wide peep, and Crazy Pancake answers back towards. Oh, I have a glitch. But regardless, though, UMass 3 players up, and Scott Sterling gets tickled. They haven't patched this yet. There's a graphical error that happens, like just above the bombs, outer bomb site, where I don't know.
You can see a gun shooting in the middle of the air.
Yeah, exactly.
I see that sometimes.
Yeah,
it's a Go TV thing, I think.
Probably.
I don't think it actually happens in the actual game. Right. Otherwise, that would be kind of distracting.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's a Go TV thing. But UMass live, and now they've got full utility, upgraded AKs and EWP to work with. Celerity on the other side as Ani-chan is just close by. They're both opting on the opposite angles.
Opposite angles.
Yep. You know it.
I see what you did there.
I don't mean to say it, but it has to happen. Oh, Ani-chan. Oh, hello! And Celerity gets denied. As UMass now at a disadvantage. They don't have the Opper. Now the Op could be picked up here for Big Rick, but we haven't seen him use that at all.
No, we really haven't, and I don't think he's gonna opt to do it, but we see Amped coming out and taking down the Opera. This is Ani-chan kind of following a second round in a row for free, essentially, as Amped is gonna keep his run rolling outside in Sandwich, and now Crazy Pancake the trade will shut him down, but has the damage been done? Two players remain in the site. Big Rick gonna find one Crazy Pancake now all by himself and without the bomb. As Big Rick finds one more, and UMass gonna live to see another round.
Yeah, 15-10. Look at, still really scary. Scott could definitely drop 3 rifles. Maybe,
yeah, he's doing
maybe
it.
not.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
2.
He can drop another, yeah.
I think he's gonna buy for himself,
Yep.
I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he'll buy for himself, and we'll have one player go onto a pistol here. It looks like Ani-chan going to be armor and a Glock. Scott Sterling on a UMP instead. Okay, that's what they figured out. Alright, break. They're leaving.
A late start for UCLA, as they are on match point, but looking a little shaky. Oof, Celerity spots it, but got the reaction time of Patrick Starr, I guess. Sorry, that's pretty bad.
I see the gun shooting in there right now. There it is.
Zamp? Oh my goodness, a little too aggressive, but he gets the bomb and so much information followed by pick.
Big Rick gonna find one elsewhere too on the Gosu trying to let it go. Ani-chan gonna be the first to reply onto the lit Amped. Zam is still an upper though. Crazy Pancake seems to have a clue that this is happening. Zam gonna swing out wide, not gonna win the gunfight. Crazy Pancake will be the victor in that one, but ultimately UCLA losing out so far in this round. 2-on-3 now. Have to try to take the site.
Oh, Snizzy, just the hairline. CGen wins that duel down to a 2v2 situation. The op needs to make its work as well. Celerity will find CGen, but down to Crazy Pancake. Will lose the duel towards the upper. And that will make it 15-11. That is... Now remember guys, this is a 12-3 half. And it's a 4-round gap, followed by match point sealed by UCLA. That was actually sealed on the 23rd round.
3 rounds ago.
Yep.
I mean, this is kind of what I was. This is what I was saying. UCLA, they don't have to be perfect in this half. They don't even have to be good in this half, essentially, because they were only 4 rounds out the whole time.
Yep, and double op in place for UMass, followed by, oh my god, almost a collat, and someone's barbecuing towards the outside, and a lot of Molotov damage. Big Rick able to line up 2 kills. And Crazy Pancake finally trying to make his way out, but he gets lined up. Ani-chan to follow him towards ladder, and dear god, UCLA. They've got a good amount of money, but no op.
Yeah, I mean, Scott Sterling could get one if he really wanted right here, but I don't think he fancies himself the opera on this squad. And instead, yeah, he will get the AK. So UCLA opts to go for the 5 AKs instead. They have done this before, and it's worked. So we'll see what they can do here, as I believe they may try to go for something fast, try to catch somebody off guard a little bit here, but they are going to make their way into upper B quickly. And holding outside T-Con, making sure they don't go down to Celerity's op on camera. Got that T-Con locked down.
Yep, and God, why did the utility on Amped? Ooh, this is disgusting in one way. Hello! And Ani-chan, that's gonna be so annoying. But Scott Sterling answers right back to find that trade. And the nice hops here from these CT players into the inside, but look at this. Gosu's forward towards Oil Train. This could be detrimental. Doesn't need to peek it, but only gets spawned up. Wins that duel regardless. And now the bomb should just trickle its way in. Now Gosu's the only player on here, followed by a lurk from Crazy Pancake. A 3v3 situation.
Gosu smoking off oil. This is do or die for UMass. They have to complete this retake if they wish to continue their comeback. Or will be cut short. The flank of Crazy Pancake and Gosu finding one as well. Gonna leave Big Rick all alone to try to shut this down. He's been tagged up and spotted. This is not looking good for UMass. Could this be it?
Looks like a big Rick. Let's see why, but nope. Gosu is gonna end it just like that. Oh my god. A 16-12 game for UCLA versus UMass. Like that was a 12-3 half though. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, we'll be real with it. I'm fine with saying what happened because, like I said, throughout the game, you can't let somebody get up that far ahead of you in the first round. I don't care if it's a CT sided map, a T sided map, whatever map it is. You can't let somebody get into double digits because then the 11th round becomes more important. That 12th round win becomes so much more important. It doesn't matter how hard you try to come back. You can't make any mistakes. And
Yeah,
to force yourself to play perfect Counter Strike for that long is that's a tough task for even the best of teams out there. I mean, how many do we rarely see even professionals come back?
that is very true. Like you, it all comes down to like you gotta get to UMass. They we saw them just go constantly fast paced, right? They didn't really do any slow plays. They tried to bust out of outside on the T side quite some time. Didn't really work out. And then going into the last few rounds, they find 3 rounds, right? That's pretty huge, or 2 rounds rather than the first one that they got. And then switching over, yeah, both teams are obviously CT sided teams, but UMass, there wasn't really a sign they played scared. You know what I mean? Rather than the
Yeah,
first game we saw today.
yeah, they were down pretty far, but they did keep their heads in it in a sense because you saw that they continued to try executes and try to make sure their timings were right, that they were going for trades and they were making important things happen in the rounds. They just didn't quite have enough in the tank to take
Yeah,
enough of them, and at a certain point, it becomes really, really detrimental to your team if you can't win those clutch scenarios. You can't keep that bomb planted, the post plants and such. I mean, unfortunately, missing that Mully and pistol, that could have been an entirely different game if they win that pistol round, and they did have a good chance at doing it. But that was a solid, solid retake. And
yeah,
I mean, give credit to UCLA. They are, they were, I guess, maybe the favorite school in this, even though their record was worse. As I was saying, they did have those two tough tests in VCU, and I forget who the other school was. I believe it was, yeah, UC Irvine. They had two tough tests where they were able to find wins against both of those schools, and those schools are certainly ones that I would consider top 15
yeah,
in the whole league.
yeah. UCI is a very strong force to be reckoned with. But let's talk about UMass. Obviously, who's the MVP there? Let's talk about that.
So I mean, it's tough to say.
It's tough for me too. I
Can't
want
really
to
pick
say
anyone specifically. Like,
Snizzy. I want to say
Yeah, Cincy had
or
that one Deagle
Cinzy.
round. Yeah, they
Yeah,
had that one Deagle round, highest on the scoreboard. I mean, a lot of things point to Cincy, but I like those that came from like a couple really, really big rounds is where that score came from.
yeah, that's very true. And but UMass, right? They tried to carry their momentum even though it didn't work.
Yeah.
Uh, Switching over, yeah, I guess they winning the last few rounds of the first half gave them some more room to work with on the CT side. But when it came down to it, they had some. I think both teams had, or was it just simply UMass or sorry UCLA with those cheeky one ways? Now
I
the
mean,
stack actually. Let's talk about the pistol in the second half.
that pistol stack to call that call from UCLA to stack into ladder there, or no, rather for Amherst to stack into ladder there. That was a solid call to anti-strat them like that. I mean, really, really unfortunate because you see two of the players on UMass unable to really get anything going even after calls like that. You look at Amped, you look at Celerity. These are guys who, before the game we might have called the players to watch for this side. And unfortunately, they're going to get 59 ADR, 41 ADR, respectively. Like, these aren't players who you expect to have such low numbers. When you see on the other side of things, you can have multiple players dropping upwards of 80 ADR and Oni-chan hitting every single first op shot, like very, very often. I mean, he had 8 first kills in the game, like 8 rounds there where he was the impact kill, the first kill, and that can matter a lot, especially if you're the opper for your team.
That's very true. And on the UCLA side, let's talk about them now. Obviously, they had a nice start, but they started making some mistakes on the T side. Why do you think their
Yeah.
T side kind of just fell through for the first like 5, 6 rounds?
I mean, it kind of got from the frustration thing. They had the bomb plants in the first round. They had the bomb plants in the fourth round, sixth round. They were. It's not like they were coming super unclose. Like they had a very good chance to be in the game, and I think they kind of realized that. So the tilt factor may have came in a little bit in the sense that the half finally finishes 12-3. It's like, wow, should this have been maybe like 10-5, maybe 9-6 even?
That's
And
true.
yeah, like I said, that mountain just gets higher and higher. You know, the difference between 9 rounds and 10 rounds isn't as big as the difference between 10 and 11 or even 11 and 12. That difference becomes bigger and bigger every step you take
Mhm.
towards losing that game.
Especially when it comes down to the hard counter pistol strat,
Yeah.
right? That's like okay, interesting. But obviously, if it went to UCLA, this
That game's
game,
over right
this
then and there.
yeah, that game's over right then
So
and
it's
there.
I mean, I'm glad that they went for it, and that's kind of the underpinning point of it is that if they were going to win that game, they were going to have to go off the wall and get lucky, and they kind
Hmm.
of did in a sense for the first little bit. But then there's towards the late side of the half, we saw that big deagle run from Cincy, and you kind of
Oh
thought
my
for a second
god,
like you realize, wow,
yeah.
maybe these guys should be a lot closer in this game. Maybe this game shouldn't be a 12-3 half.
Yes, indeed. So that was a very interesting game to see. It's always nice to see those. I guess not really the underdog, but the team
Yeah.
that's losing in the first half claw their way back. Right? We have a game on our
Yeah, they had
hands.
a it became more exciting in the second half, certainly in the first half, and for the first 10 rounds for a while, you're thinking, wow, this is just gonna be a stomp. UCLA is just gonna run
Yeah.
through these guys. But obviously UCLA has some work to do of their own on train in the on their T side rather, because they're able to get a couple rounds in a row there, but I don't know, their eco strats and the damage that they were doing on their ecos just didn't seem to be enough. It seemed like they were doing the same thing for UMass that UMass was doing for them and allowing their players to get comfortable and not really targeting the right spots and actually finding trades and damage on their ecos.
Yep. So that's gonna wrap up the matches today, guys. So if you like what you saw, hit that follow button. And of course, feel free to tweet at us at TDL my personal Twitter, and of course at Zach's personal Twitter at CrackshotCS, and of course at C Star League and at Collegiate CS:GO on Twitter. And of course, for more information how the league's been running, I'm sure there'll be more articles to come out from our lovely article writers, Mr. Zach here and
Yeah.
Mahone, analyzing the whole scene of what's
Oh,
been going on.
we talked about the last top 10. As I've
Yeah,
been saying, I've been getting a little flack about which teams did get included, but like I promise you, we sat down, we hashed it out, we decided, we looked at the rosters, we said we think these are the teams that are going to contend late into the season, and whether that unfolds, I mean, that's not really our job to tell you guys that. So I mean, you're gonna have to watch to find out.
yep. And on our schedule, for the 12th of February is going to be on a Monday, Northern Kentucky versus North Texas at 4 p.m. PT. Of course, our that night game at 7 p.m. PT will be announced on that morning. Sorry, on that first match. But with that being said, guys, if you like what you saw, hit that follow button. And of course, we're on Twitch, the utmost greatest streaming platform, which has given CSL the pathway to be what it is today. And from events like PAX East, PAX West, and for more and many more events to come, Twitch has been the greatest. And CSL has grown to 900 campuses registered to our titles on cstarleague.com. Guys, like I can't stress this enough. We're on playoffs right for this year, but there's players out there. I want to grow. Who cares about the league games? Who cares about the other games? But CS:GO has. I've always been a firm believer of this game, but in the collegiate side, I'm sure there are plenty of students, and I know there's a lot of young talent in ESEA. And you just kind of take that stat from all these
Yeah,
young
of
gunners
course.
out of high school going to post secondary. Like just thinking of what CSL could be in the next years to come with all this crazy talent, these kids going to post secondary schools and
Yeah.
creating either in Division 2, which is completely free, guys. If you are watching this, or if you know a friend or some friends that want to play and represent your school and find that glory while you create your future careers, I recommend trying Division 2. We've seen some crazy talent. Um, that has come out of it or is still in it right now, going into Division One next year potentially. And of course, we've seen a lot of new schools come into Division One, and don't be discouraged to try it out, guys. Like I said, Division Two is completely free. But yeah, with that being said, the scene is growing, and I hope you guys like our cast. I haven't really talked about this. We kind of just, a little relaxed, but
Yeah.
me and Crackshot will be joining back on Monday. We'll be
No, we won't.
no, you won't. I will. I think
You think we're gonna be back in time? I thought we weren't gonna be back in
we'll
time.
be back Sunday night. By the way,
How?
by bus.
We're going right after the. Oh,
Yep, that's how. Okay. Well, regardless, guys, we're gonna close off. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in, and feel free to tweet at us. We'll see you guys next week.
One, two, three, funky.